up, everyone? Tech Me Out here, and I am delighted to be releasing a What Is on My iPhone video, the non-jailbreak edition. So a lot of people have been waiting for this video and requesting this video, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Now, just to go ahead and give you a heads up, I'm not going to dive into every individual app and what it does, but I will at least show every app that I have on my phone and touch the surface on a few that I really like. As you know, with stock iOS, you cannot customize your lock screen. I am notorious for jailbreaking my phone, but at this time, this current device is not jailbroken. However, I still have an iPod that's jailbroken, so fear not, my friends. But nonetheless, right here, I just have this gorgeous wallpaper that has a quote that I absolutely love, which is nothing worth having comes easy. So very true. It's an absolutely beautiful landscape to put that quote on top of, with mountains, which I think kind of ties in with the quote and all of that. So it's a very nice greeting on my lock screen every time I get ready to unlock my phone that I enjoy seeing. So I'm gonna go ahead and unlock it. Now, in getting into my home screen here, you can see that I basically have a folder set up. So I am that person that does the folders pretty much throughout the whole phone. I wasn't that person always, but this is something new that I've tried, and I actually like the setup. But nonetheless, at the very top are the 4 applications that I have to have access to at all times. I don't want to have to jump in a folder to get to them. I just want to be able to unlock and bam, touch my screen and I'm there. So those 4 apps are Photos, Camera, My Clock, and Fantastical. So all of those are stock apps with the exception of Fantastical, which is basically my calendar that I use and opposed to Apple's calendar. So I really like it because it gives me basically a glance at my entire week. I also do, colors from my calendar, so I can tell by just looking on certain days if I have something like work related or personal related or, appointment related, that type of thing. So I just overall love the setup of it because it shows me so much more at a glance than the regular calendar app does. It is a paid app, but it's worth every penny. So hopping back out to my home screen, you then see my folder set up. So starting here, email and task, this is where those things are basically. I use the Mailbox app for all of my Gmail accounts. I really like the setup there in reference to being able to have a nice clean interface to see the correspondence between me and somebody else. So I really love how it looks there and opposed to the native mail app. The downside is it only works with Gmail accounts. So you got to sacrifice there. I also do use the Reminders app and the Notes app. I don't have any alternatives that I've downloaded for that. I use the Mail app for my other email accounts. Yes, I have a lot of email accounts. No judgment. And then I use Feedly for basically tech news. So to find out what's going on in relation to all the latest tech products and, rumors and all that, Feedly is my place to go. And so I go in here and just basically take a glance at the feed, tap on the articles that interest me, save them if I want by hitting the bookmark so I can go back later and read them. But overall, I love the interface and it also is accessible on my computer. So popping out to my home screen, I also have in this folder Yahoo Weather. So that is what I like to use for my weather, primarily because of the interface and how much information it tells you in regards to the weather and the way that it tells you. So it's very, very gorgeous. Definitely something you should download if you don't already have it. Then moving on to my next folder, my music folder. So I have iTunes Store and Music. I use those fairly enough, but primarily I use Spotify. I really, really love Spotify. I pay the $10 a month membership because overall it's really replaced me downloading music in general, because you can just search for any song. You can browse, just to get maybe an idea of some popular music that's out now. If you don't really know what to listen to, you can browse for some popular playlists in reference to genres or your mood in general. And then you can also, listen to the radio station like you do with any other music playing app, or you can listen to the playlist that you've made. And these are a few that I've created. So definitely check out Spotify if you haven't. And then I also use SoundCloud. SoundCloud is where I've been, searching for music as of late. So to all my producers out there that might want your music featured in one of my videos, definitely hit me up down below with your contact information. I will reach out to you and maybe you might have a song featured in one of my upcoming videos. I'm very open to that. But moving on to the next folder, which is my social folder, I have Snapchat and Periscope. Periscope is where I really correspond with a lot of you outside of YouTube and Twitter. I really love Periscope because it basically gives me instant access to communicating with you. And to stay updated on when I'm going to be on Periscope, just check out my Twitter page. I'll leave the links to both of those in the video as well as below in the description box. I also have a Facebook. I don't get on it much, but I have it nonetheless. And I have the Instagram app, Pinterest, which is basically where I like to go to find a bunch of DIY projects or recipes and things to make things and just express myself through creativity in reference to trying to be a handy lady, which doesn't always work, but nonetheless. I also have YouTube. And then next I have Creator Studio. I really like that particular application so that I can respond to the comments that you leave me on YouTube. And that's really the main purpose that I like it for. And then I have Tweetbot as well. So I don't use the Twitter app. I use Tweetbot. And I use that because I really like the way the interface looks. So in opening up Tweetbot, I just really like how everything looks. I can see my messages, who has added my name, who's DM'd me, my profile, and even search. And you can customize this and add more than one account. But overall, it's a very, very nice Twitter application to check out. My next folder is my games folder. So I pretty much play most of these, but out of these games, You Don't Know Jack gets a lot of playtime. Trivia Crack, Leo's Fortune, and Heads Up, and Crossy Road and Words with Friends. Now, Crossy Road is the game that I am addicted to right now. Like, I can't get enough of it. Anytime I really get a free minute, I like to sit down and play that game. And my high score, I'm gonna let y'all get a little quick peek at it and everything. So I died real quick just so you can see my high score, but my high score is a 146. So if you can beat my score, take a screenshot of it and add me on Twitter. Give me some motivation to beat yours. But it's a pretty cool game. I'm gonna demo it really, really quick. But the neat thing is I can just jump across the screen like this, slide left or right by swiping my finger, jump back. But you don't want to wait too long or the eagle will come and swoop you, which is probably about to happen. Nope, I made it. So you just want to dodge the cars and try to get the chicken across the road. Isn't it kind of a cute name for the game, Crossy Roads? But I'm going to try to get my chicken across the road and dodge these cars. It seems easy, but it is not. Trust me when I say. I think the strategy is to just move as fast as possible. You got to be daring. You got to jump on the logs and not jump on the water. A train will come across the track and you got to miss it. And there we go. I'm hit. But you can accumulate coins to basically change out your character. And it is a very fun, addictive game. So if you jump on it, don't say you weren't warned. Also in my games folder, I have Freeway Zigzag, the red button. You can pretty much read, but I don't really play any of these on the second page, and that's why they're on the second page. And I do play Dumb Ways to Die, but I haven't checked out these two quite yet, but I hope to in the near future. But those are my games that I play. And then on my next screen, starting off, I have my folder for my Apple Watch related applications, so I can access all of those there. I don't really have a favorite Apple Watch application. They're okay for the Apple Watch, which is a whole nother tangent and a whole nother video. They could definitely be better. But nonetheless, these are the ones that I have. I don't know which ones I would even say would be my favorites out of this selection, but whatever. Moving on, I have my photography folder. So these are all of my applications that I use in conjunction with my camera. The main one that I really utilize in this area is ViscoCam because I like the filters. I like the way it helps me be a better photographer. So this is the application that I use if I'm not using the native camera app in my phone. I also like Motive in reference to doing picture collages, and I like InstaSave to save Instagram videos, and Over to add text to my pictures. So those are the applications that I really use out of the photography folder. I also have a shopping folder for my credit cards and also the places that I like to shop a lot or shopping related things. We don't really need to get in there. And then moving on, I have my Apple folder. These are just all Apple stock apps that I don't use. And the ones that I do use the most are on the first page of the folder, but whatever. Then I have my design folder. So this is where I basically create my wallpapers. So I use CropPic, which is actually probably in the wrong section now that I look here, but Art7 is a great place for some very high definition minimalistic wallpapers. Wallpapers is the application that I get all of my wallpapers from. Blur wallpapers so that I can blur my wallpapers, and also wallpaper size. So when you have that picture that you're trying to make your lock screen and it zooms it in and you lose everything that you worked for to make it a great picture on your lock screen, this will allow you to size it to get it just right to look that much better on your lock screen. And then popping into my next folder, which is my utilities folder, I like to call this kind of to my business folder, but I have deliveries, which is how I track all of my packages that I order. It's really, really nice. It took me a while to decide if I wanted to spend $5 on it or not. Call me cheap, I don't care. But I didn't want to spend any money on an application. But I'm glad that I did because it gives me notifications in reference to the status of my packages coming. It also has an Apple Watch app so that you can get it on your Apple Watch, and you have widgets as well and notifications, not only to your phone, but to your computer, because it does have a computer version also. So definitely check out Deliveries. It was worth the investment. I also have Hue to better control my lights, 1Password to keep all of my passwords, Numbers, which is what I do for a couple of business related things, Speed Smart because my internet was moving a bit slow, so I wanted to do a test on it, so that's what I downloaded. Aside from that, I don't use it regularly. Time Warner for my cable. But I haven't really played much with the applications in here. I can't even lie to you. I need to do better. I need to be great. And I'm not being that. The only one I really use is the Nike Plus app. And that was kind of like, a one-time thing when I was really being competitive with my friends and seeing who could walk the most that month. But I'm going to do better. Summertime's coming and I need to get summertime ready. So yeah, this is something that's going to be on my to-do list. And then my very last folder is my travel folder. So this folder is basically what I use when it comes to any type of traveling, whether it's local or far. I have Dark Sky, which I really like because it gives you a notification in reference to when it's about to rain, and it's very detailed, which is also why I like Weather Nerd, because it's just as detailed. And honestly, to me, it's a little bit better because it's really for the nerd of weather. It will tell you cool things like how much warmer it is today than it was yesterday. I mean, it's just a little subtle details like that really make the application very nice. And the interface is gorgeous as well. And you can see not only what it's going to be for the hour, today or tomorrow, or for the week, but you can click on any day of the year. And it's probably not that accurate, but who cares? And you can see what the weather will be for that day. That's crazy. But it is a paid application, but definitely worth the pennies. And Fandango is what I use to keep track of the movies that are out and what theaters they're playing at. I haven't really used GoGoBot, but that's neither here or there. Urban Spoon to find new restaurants that are around me, and Tripcase, I haven't used that, but I probably will check it out when I'm actually going to take a trip. But aside from that, those are my applications on my iPhone 6. 64 gigabyte space gray model. But that sums everything up for this video, everyone. Shout outs to the people whose names are appearing right now in my video. Thank you so much, so very much for the love on Periscope. And for your chance to get a shout out in this section, definitely follow me on Twitter so you can stay updated on when I'll be on Periscope, because I pretty much announce when I'm going to be up there on Twitter. If you have any questions about any of the applications I've shown you or any general comments that you would like to share with me, definitely leave them down below in the description box. And before you leave, tell me what's your favorite application on your phone. I'll take the top 3. Drop that down below. I'd love to correspond with all of you, get some conversation going, and maybe some inspiration to download something new. But that sums everything up for this video. As always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.